One consistent and frequent question was, when is the coroner coming? When is his body going to be removed? I'll explain. March 22nd is an anniversary. Yesterday is an anniversary for me. Yesterday marked 16 years of the federal government getting a boot off of my neck with an unjust, upward departed 30-month sentence, with 13 of those months, being in solitary confinement for a crime I didn't commit. Last year, on March 22nd, my little man, Chase Amon, went up to my oldest, Marcus Tory, was working as a page for Georgia State Representative Abel Mabel Thomas. Next month will mark the signing, 1 year of the signing of the official implementation of CJ's law into law in the state of Georgia. Hit and run legislation. Very proud. You very seldom hear me say that, of memorializing my cousin in the form of state legislation. Well, CJ's law, Senate Bill 1, had already passed the Senate, and when I dropped my little man off last year on March 22nd to work as a page, I was informed that the House was going to vote on CJ's law. So there my little man is, on the anniversary of his pop's return into society. In his suit and tennis shoes, he got a chance to witness the vote on the House floor of a bill that he knew was birthed, spearheaded by his father. He got a chance to watch that successful passage. We had a bittersweet moment for about 24 hours as a family. See, there was one thing that was wrong on March 22nd last year. Cory Jones, the younger brother of CJ, was not present, which was very rare. CJ died at age 23, 11 years ago, January. Died the day before his mother's birthday. Was killed the day before his mother's birthday. Body was mishandled, mislabeled, botched investigation. Talk more about that next month. You've heard me say over and over again, I've got issues with certain types of psychiatrists. I've got issues with pharmaceutical companies. I've got issues with a certain psychologist. Peel Labs. Now, for the record, my little cousin / little brother / son-like figure have been going through all kinds of things for the past 10 years, dealing with the death, the killing of his older brother. So needless to say, shout out to my aunt Sharon Coleman McCarter. Those of you that know her, give her some encouraging words. My aunt, who is now childless, both of her sons moved from Virginia to ATL, to Atlanta, to make it as an adult, and both were flown back in a casket to be buried in Virginia. CJ again lost his life at age 23, 11 years ago. Cory Ernest Jones died 1 year today at age 29. You know, briefly, I know I can be a different kind of cat. Life experiences have me that way. Many people don't know, but if I'm able to, or let me rephrase, I choose to ask the family members that I am honored to uplift their voice or be a voice for them. If I'm able, if time permits or the opportunity permits, I ask to view the body of their deceased children, of their deceased loved one. Many times before the body is prepped to be viewable, I want those images in my spirit, as difficult as that might be. Because when I have the opportunity to go out before the public, I want to speak with venom and conviction and honesty. On top of the families that I serve, I've got enough tragedies and pain within my own family to run circles around many of you. That's nothing to be proud about. I'm going here because there have been friends and families over the past recent years that there's separation between them and I. Self-separation that they have imposed. I'm too argumentative. I'm too cold, too callous. If most of you would have been through what I've been through, and not even just going through it, everybody goes through something, but if most of you would have experienced it from the shoulder vantage point and the energy and strength that a lot of people are able to feed off of, you wouldn't even be able to operate on a normal level. That's just real talk. So to those that have become distant over the years, then obviously that relationship had a shaky foundation to begin with. I digress. When you've watched your grandfather, even on his deathbed, with a room full of family around him, take his last breath, it changes you. A man who waited until family stepped out of the room to pass because he had the strength even on his damn deathbed not to die with everybody watching. Sharon Coleman McCarter, myself and others were in there when that happened. When your grandmother vanishes because of a wicked criminal justice system, mass incarceration, prison industrial complex, fucks you over and doesn't allow you to attend her funeral, that does something to you. When you find the dead son-like figure with a body being in a contorted state that doesn't even appear to be human-like, that does something to you. On top of all these other families. So anybody that don't like how I do things and how I am, and the hell with you. Literally. I got to keep on pushing. When's the coroner coming? I want you to understand I had to travel out to his apartment because I thought I was going to give him a tongue lashing like big cousins do. I thought I was getting ready to have to take measures into getting some help, as I've done before. I had a moment when I opened that damn bedroom door and found him like that. First thing I do was call 911. Tell them what the deal is. They send EMTs. It didn't take but 2 seconds for the EMTs to view him and pronounce him deceased. When's the coroner coming? I mean, I put a blanket over my little cousin. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I can remember everything about that day. I can remember the lighting. I can remember the sounds. I can remember the smell. I can remember... When I say the smell, I just mean period. Any smell, all senses heightened. When's the coroner coming? The EMTs left out and said there'll be an officer on the scene and the coroner will be contacted and the body will be removed. An Asian male officer arrived on the scene. Instantly, I knew he was a rookie. I've been around too many officers in too many situations. I had been by before I go there. Do you understand what it's like as your aunt is waiting for you to give an update on the status of her son? How's he doing? And you got to call and say he's gone? Your only child living is gone? At age 29, he's gone? My aunt was at a conference. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I will never forget that. How many of y'all got that in you? Let alone with the number of families that I help, let alone with all the other tragedies, illnesses, addictions, you damn right I'm hardened. I sometimes wonder why so many of y'all don't feel some type of way. Oh, certain experiences make you feel a certain way. First officer on the scene, he wants my identification. I say, sir, I said, I'm not going to get my identification. It's in the car, man. I said, my name is this, my address is that, my date of birth is that, this, da, even my social. He felt some kind of way about it. Now, I like to argue the fact that if I was a Caucasian male with my dead Caucasian cousin at my feet, that I wouldn't have had this back and forth exchange. What am I speaking about? 1 year later, I'm sharing with you guys a 2-minute audio clip while my little cousin is dead at my feet. I'm sharing with you this audio clip because me and this officer's exchange made me say, let me hit the record button. Even in the midst of my dead cousin, I got to have that type of wherewithal because of the shit that we encounter and endure. Now, for you smart folks out there, this officer was later reprimanded when his superior came on the scene for his handling and treatment and rhetoric of a loved one that found their deceased family member. I kept asking the officer, when's the coroner coming? I don't want to have my little cousin's body like this here. So you will hear this 2-minute audio clip, which just further highlights the disconnect between community and law enforcement. Even in the midst of tragedy, death, assistance, we deal with the bullshit. It makes you angry. I'm gonna let the audio clip speak for itself. Till next time, man. Each reach, teach peace.